Welcome everybody. My name is Linda. Today I'm going to be taking you through a slow flow Vinyasa yoga practice. We'll be doing some modifications, so if you're just a beginner, perfect place to start. The only prop you might want to have is a block. If you have a block, go ahead and grab it, make it handy to you. Sometimes it just helps us with certain moves and positions to get into a little better position. So I will be offering up modifications for you. If this is your first beginning practice, it's also great for more advanced people too. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to go ahead and start on, on our mats, down on all fours. We're going to take what we call child's pose. So we're going to take our knees nice and wide, bring your big toes to touch. Then we're going to sit our hips back towards our heels and drop our forehead down to the mat. Starting to relax all of your muscles, letting the hips sit back close to the heels. We're going to start by taking a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open up and let it go. Just listen to that breath. Take one more inhale through your nose. Open up and let it go. Keep sitting the hips back towards the heels. Feel those hips start to open. Now I want you to just find a nice steady breath. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Steady in and out. Let's try to become very present. Be right here on your mat. Be right in this moment here. This is time for you to just reflect back on your thoughts, your feelings. How are you feeling right now? Now let's begin to walk our fingertips forward. Press your fingertips into your mat and continue to sit your hips back. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the upper back, into the shoulders. Nice steady breaths in and out through the nose. Now let's lift the forehead up off the mat and begin to gaze forward. Now we're going to take both hands and walk them over to your right side. Walk them over. Sit the hips back, drop the head down. Feeling that stretch through the side part of your body. And let's walk them back to the center. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Walk them over to the left. Sit the hips back, drop the head down. Reaching through those fingertips. Come on back to the center. We're going to come down to our elbows. We're going to place the palms of the hand together. Drop the head and pull those hands up behind your head. Now you should be feeling a nice stretch in those triceps, right in the back of the arms. We'll take a few breaths here. Remember, in through the nose, out through the nose. Filling up. Now let's release those hands, take them back down. And we're going to make our way up to our tabletop position. So our hands are out in front of us. Our shoulders are right over our wrist crease. Knees are about shoulder width apart. We're going to start by taking some cat and cows. So we're going to dip our belly down, lift our chin, and then round and tuck like a cat. We're just going to alternate between these two moves, moving the breath in and out with each movement. Warming up that spine. One more time. And let's release. Good, let's just take it to a flat back here. Now we're going to turn the fingertips around towards our knees. And we're going to feel that stretch right up the insides of the forearms, inside the wrist. And I want you to gently just rock back and forth, feeling an even deeper stretch here. And then we'll just bring it back around to the front. We're going to start by lifting the right leg behind us, flexing our foot. Now begin to squeeze the glutes. Engage your core. You want to pull the core in nice and tight and just gaze forward. Let's bring the left arm up, finding more balance. Feel yourself engage a little more in that core area. We're going to bring the elbow and the knee together, pulling it in here, squeezing, and then take it back out. And again, bring it in and take it out. One more time, pull in, out, and we're going to hold. Let's drop that hand down, swing the leg out to the side. Keep the foot flexed, slide that leg out as far as you can, and then we're going to sit the hips back towards the heel. Come on down to the forearms, drop the chin to the chest. Now you should be feeling a nice stretch in that inner thigh. Again, controlling the breathing in and out through the nose. You actually want to breathe into the stretch. One more breath here. And let's slowly begin to make our way back up. And we'll bring that leg back in. Let's go to the other side. Left leg lifts behind you, flexing the foot. Make sure the shoulders are right over the wrist. Flex that foot, engage the core. Let's add the opposite arm, finding some balance. Elbow and knee come together, pull in and take it out. And in and out. One more time. In, out, and hold. Drop the arm back down. Slide that leg out to the side. Keep sliding, keep the foot flexed, and drop the hips back towards the heel. Chin comes down to the chest. Inhale and exhale. Breathing into that stretch. One more breath. Let's slowly make our way back up. Bring that leg back in. Good. We're going to work on opening up those shoulders and the waist. So we're going to take the right arm and let's twist it up, opening here. Now your knees are about shoulder width apart. You want to reach up or look up towards your fingertips. Try and stack the shoulders on top of each other. Reach and extend here. Now we're going to take the thread the needle. So we're going to take the right arm through the left arm like you're threading the eye of a needle. Come all the way down to the side of the forehead. Lift that top arm up. Option here to wrap it around for a half bind. So like you're tucking it between your hip and your thigh. Keep lifting that shoulder up towards the ceiling, feeling that opening in the front of the shoulders. Again, breathing in and out through the nose. Let's release that arm. Come on back through, back to the twist and open. Reaching up. And go ahead and bring it down. Let's go to the other side. Left arm, sweep it on up. Stack those shoulders, look up. Let's thread the needle on this side. Take it through. Come all the way down to that shoulder. Side of the forehead comes down to the mat. Lift the arm. Maybe we wrap around for a half bind. Holding here, keep lifting that shoulder up. In and out through the nose. And let's release the bind. Come on back through, back to that twist and open. Good, and release, bring that arm down. All right, we're going to go on to our downward facing dog. So we're going to curl our toes underneath, look forward, push the hips up towards the ceiling. And now drop the head down, looking between those legs. Press the heels towards their mat. Now they're not quite touching. You're starting to feel a stretch in the hamstrings. And I want you to pull your shoulder blades down your back body. We don't want them up by the ears. We want to pull it down. Pull the shoulder blades down. Now I want you to start to pedal out your feet or walk your dog. Opposite toe and heel. Warming up those legs, waking up that lower body here. Keep pedaling. Now let's just press both heels down towards the floor. Focus on pulling that tailbone up towards the ceiling. Let's nod the head yes. And then nod it no. Loosening up that head and neck. Good. Make sure the shoulder blades are pulling down. Tailbone is up towards the ceiling. Let's take a deep inhale through our nose. Open up and let it go. Good, let's start to walk those toes up towards our fingertips. So just gaze forward. We're gonna take a forward fold here. All the way down. Now knees can be bent as much as you need them to be so that you can fold over those legs. Bring the forehead close to the knees. Feel that spine start to open up, rounding through the spine. We're going to take a halfway lift. So we're just going to run our fingertips up our shins, gaze forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Now we're going to toe heel those feet apart, just about shoulder width. We're going to take a rag doll. So we're going to grab elbow to elbow. We're going to hang here. Make sure you're looking between your legs. We're going to add a little sway side to side, opening up that spine and lower back. And let's come back to the center. And take those hands behind your back, clasp them together. Let's lift. Get a nice shoulder stretch here. Make sure you're keeping your head down. You should be looking between your legs. Let's release those hands. We're going to toe heel the feet back together. Let's take that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. We're going to sweep our arms up. Big inhale. Good. Let's interlace those fingers. Point your fingers up towards the sky. Root down through your feet. Pull your core in. Let's reach over to your right side. Keep reaching. Keep looking up towards your fingers. Let the top arm pull the bottom arm over. Come on back to the center. Let's take it to the other side. Keep looking up. Root down through those feet. Now come on back to the center. Let's take a little bit of a back bend. Feet stay together. We'll just reach back. Keep reaching as far as you can. Drop the head back. And come on back center. Good. We're going to fold it forward. So we're going to bring the hands through our heart center all the way down to that forward fold. Let's take that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Let's plant the hands. We're going to step back to our high plank. High plank right here. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Shoulders are over the wrist. Gaze forward. Now begin to pull your core in tight. Think about having a nice flat back. You don't want to be up here. You want to be nice and flat, engaging that core. Now we're going to slowly take a chaturanga down to the floor. Elbows are going to graze the rib cage. Lower your whole body down. Once we get down, we're going to release our toes and place our chin on the mat. We're going to come up for a little cobra. So we're coming up here, starting to squeeze the glutes and the lower back. Exhale, take it down. And again, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take it down. Let's turn our head to one side. Either side, doesn't matter. Bend the knees, flex the feet. We're going to windshield washer out side to side, just like wipers on a car. Feel that lower back release. Now come on back to the center. Let's drop those legs back down. Head comes center. One more little baby cobra. Elbows stay tight to the body. Exhale, take it down. We're going to come all the way up, upward facing dog. All the way up. Maybe the knees come off of the mat. Maybe they stay down. Now let's curl those toes under and take it back to our down dog. Step those feet in a little bit closer than we did the first time. Press the heels down, shoulder blades down the back body. Deep breath, inhale. Open up and exhale, let it go. We're going to come up on our toes, bend our knees. You can walk or jump forward to a forward fold position. Go ahead and take that forward fold. Maybe we reach around for the back of the ankles or the calves and pull that forehead down towards your knees. Keep the knees as soft as you need to. Now let's release those hands. Sweep the arms up. Big inhale here. Good. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Pull the hands through heart center. Plant those hands, step back to that high plank. Now we're going to put that all together for that vinyasa flow. We're going to take our chaturanga down almost all the way. Inhale to that up dog. Exhale back to your down dog. Nice deep breath. Inhale here. Open up and let it go. Keeping in mind the tailbone is high, shoulders are rolled down the back body. Let's lift that right heel towards the ceiling, flexing the foot. Now we're going to add that bend and twist. Circle the ankle in one direction. Other direction. Go ahead and straighten out that leg again, three-legged dog. We're going to bring the knee into the nose. I want you to shift the weight forward to a high plank, really engaging that core. Take it back, three-legged dog. And one more time, knee comes to the nose, hold here, look forward. Let's step that foot through. We're going to take it to a runner's lunge. So our shoulders are up. We're not falling forward onto the thigh. We're lifting up here, opening up through that hip flexor muscle. So we want to just maybe start to pulse a little bit here. Good, feeling that nice opening. Now let's drop the back knee to the mat. Release the toes so they're flat. Both arms come up and reach back. We're going to push that hip forward, feeling that stretch in that hip flexor muscle, front of the quad. Gaze up towards your fingertips. Now let's take those hands down behind our back, clasp them together and pull down. Now spread the shoulder blades together in the back. Push the chest forward, opening through the heart. And let's release those hands. Bring the arms back up overhead. Good. We're going to frame that front foot. We're going to step back to that high plank. Now we're going to bring the right hand inside the right foot. We're going to drop the back knee, release the toes again so they're flat. We're going to roll out on the knife edge of that right foot. We're taking a lizard pose. Now, option to place your hand on top of the leg just to give it a little extra pressure to roll out. Another option to get even deeper stretch would be to come down to the forearms and hold here. Notice how the foot is turned up, so you're on the knife edge and this leg is pressing out. That way we're getting a nice opening through that hip. Let's slowly begin to come on back up. We're going to frame that front foot again, come back up to that runner's lunge, holding here. We're going to step the right foot back. We'll be back in that high plank position. High plank here. Shift that weight forward. You should be on your toes, shoulders right over the wrist crease, gaze forward. Let's take that vinyasa flow, chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to your down dog. Take a nice deep breath here, in through the nose. Open up and let it go. Tailbone is high. Left leg lifts, flexing the foot. Bend, twist, and open. Keep the knee high. Circle the ankle. Other direction. Go ahead and straighten that leg out. Let's bring the knee to the nose. We're going to hold here, hover, shift the weight forward. Take it back, three-legged dog. And again, knee to the nose, hold here, look forward. Let's step that foot through. We're going to take that runner's lunge on this side. So we're on our fingertips, or down our hands. Just keep the shoulders up and back and begin to pulse a little here, feeling that stretch in that right hip flexor. Steady breaths in and out. Let's drop that back knee to the mat. Release the toes so they're flat. Both arms come up and reach back. Good. We're pushing that right hip forward, gazing up towards our fingertips. This time we're going to goal post our arms, so just pull them down like you're a goal post. Squeezing those back muscles together. Now reach those arms back up overhead. Let's frame that front foot again. Come back up on that back toe. Let's bring the left hand inside so both hands are inside the foot. I'll show you this way so you can get a better head-on way to do this. Drop the back knee, release the toes. Roll out on the knife edge. See how you're on the edge of the foot. Maybe gently place that hand here. If you have a block, it's a good way to come down to the block. So if you don't want to go all the way down to the forearms, we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Feeling that hip open. One more breath. Let's slowly come on back up. We're going to frame that front foot again, back to that runner's lunge. Let's step that left foot back, high plank. Hold that high plank. Shift the weight forward, gaze forward. Let's take that vinyasa, chaturanga down. Inhale to that up dog. Exhale back to your down dog. Step those feet in a little bit closer. Remember, tailbone is high, shoulder blades are down the back body. Make sure you're looking between your legs. No tension in the head and neck. Let's come up on our toes, bend our knees, walk, or you can jump forward, forward fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Let's sweep the arms up, big inhale. Bring those hands to your heart center. We're going to take a chair pose. So our hands are going to stay right at our heart center. Feet are together, and we're just going to sit down like we're sitting in a chair. Good. Squeeze those knees together. Now the weight should be in your heels. You should be able to wiggle your big toes. Now, be very cautious about tilting the pelvis forward so there's no strain in that lower back. You don't want to be out here. Tilt it forward, sitting even lower here. Hold. Pull the core in tight. Belly button should be tight to the spine. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. And exhale, fold forward. Let's take that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Let's plant those hands. Step back to your high plank. Shift that weight forward. Let's flow through that vinyasa, chaturanga down. Inhale to that up dog. Exhale back to your down dog. Curl the toes under. Good. Up on those toes, bend the knees. Walk or jump forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Let's take another deep fold. Reach around for the back of the ankles or the calves or even behind your knees. Pull that forehead in. And let's release those hands. Let's sweep the arms up. Inhale. Good. Hands come to your heart center. We're going back to that chair pose. We're going to sit right down. Feet are together. Knees are together, squeezing. Pull the belly button into the spine. Tilt that pelvis forward. See how low you can get. Good. Remember, weight is in the heels. Wiggle those big toes. Hold here. Breathe through it. Working on strengthening those legs and core. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's flow through that vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale back to your down dog. Good, nice deep breath here. Inhale, open up and let it go. Right heel rises. We're going to flex that foot. Make sure you're squeezing through those glutes. Let's bring the knee to the nose. Hold here. Make sure you're shifting the weight forward. Look forward. Let's step that right foot through. We're going to dial the back foot down 45 degrees. We're going to slowly rise up for that warrior one, reaching and extending with our arms. Now get deep in that front leg. Make sure the knife edge of that back foot is pressed down so you're engaging through that glute and through the quad. Gaze up towards those fingertips. Reach to the fingertips. It's easy to just let those arms go weak. We want them nice and strong, reaching through the fingertips. Let's bring the palms together. Now bring them down in front of your nose. Press the palms tightly together, engaging those triceps. Good, let's bring those arms back up overhead. Good, now we're gonna come down, we're gonna frame that front foot. Step the right foot back. You'll be in that high plank position, focusing on dropping the hips low. Let's flow through that vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale back to your down dog. Good, take a nice deep breath here. Inhale. Open up, let it go. Tailbone is high, shoulders are down the back body. Left heel rises. Let's bring the knee to the nose. Again, we're hovering here. Kind of round the shoulders up, pull the belly button in. Look forward. We're stepping through. Back foot dials down 45 degrees. Slowly rise on up. Warrior one, reach with those arms. Nice and deep in that front leg. Pushing through the knife edge of that back foot. So that glute should be engaged. Square everything up, facing forward. Palms come together. Now bring them down in front of your nose. Press tightly together, engaging those triceps. Get a little lower in that front leg. Don't let yourself come back up. Extend those arms back up overhead. And let's come on down, frame that front foot. Step it back, high plank. Let's flow through Vinyasa. Elbows tight to the body. Inhale to that up dog. Exhale back to your down dog. Nice deep breath. Inhale. Open up, let it go. Pull those shoulder blades down the back body. One more time. Inhale. Open up and let it go. We're coming up on the toes. Bend the knees. Walk or jump forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Let's take that deep fold. Reach around for the back. Pull the forehead to the knees. Should be able to get nice and close now. We're all warmed up. And let's release those hands. We're going to slowly begin to drop down to the floor, sitting on your mat. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take an L sit. Root down through those sits bones. Flex the feet. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Good. Now I want you to pull the belly button into the spine and then fold forward from the waist. See if you can reach for those toes. Option here to even put that block at the base of your feet. Maybe you can reach for your block. Maybe you only get right here. Perfectly fine. Drop the chin to the chest. Feeling that stretch in those hamstrings. Couple of breaths here. Slowly roll it on up. Good. Now we're going to take the right leg, cross it over the left leg, flexing that left foot, sitting up nice and tall. Hug that knee into your chest. Right arm slightly goes behind you, left arm sweeps up. Now we're going to take that twist across the opposite side. Good. Make sure that you're twisting and looking over that back shoulder. The spine is tall and straight. No hunching over, leaning back. Tight and tall. Keep looking. And let's begin to release. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Cross the left leg over this time. Pull that knee in tight to the chest. Sit up tall. Left arm slightly behind you. Right arm reaches up, comes across the body. Good. And look over that back shoulder. Spine is tall. Keep looking. And let's come on back to the center. Good. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to do that butterfly stretch. So, again, sitting nice and centered on your mat. Feet are together. Now, option here, we can grab the ankles, or we can reach for the toes, depending upon your flexibility. Option here also to begin to pull yourself forward, and again, dropping the chin to the chest. Slowly begin to come on back up. Let's bring those knees in together. We're going to go ahead and roll onto our backs. Going to roll it on back. We're going to start by windshield washing our knees side to side. Feet are about shoulder width apart. So we're just going to pretend like we're windshield washers on the car, releasing that lower back and spine. Again, breathing in and out through the nose, always a nice steady breath. Come on back to the center. We're going to take a bridge pose. Good for that spine. We're going to pull the heels in as close as you can get them to your glutes and keeping the feet about shoulder width apart. Palms are flat on the floor. We're going to start by lifting the hips up. Now I want you to think about rolling up one vertebrae at a time until we roll all the way up to the shoulders. Tuck the chin to the chest and begin to pull those shoulders underneath of you. Now, the point here is to lift the chest as high as you can. Not necessarily the glutes, but the chest. Tucking that chin to the chest, continuing to breathe, focus on that breath. It's a little tougher to breathe in this position. So you want to focus on breathing through it. Now we're slowly going to come down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Let that lower back rest on the floor. Take those windshield washer knees one more time. Come on back to the center. Let's take one more bridge pose. So pull those heels in nice and close. Palms at your side. We're going to lift up, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulder blades underneath of you. Push the chest up and back. Option here to clasp those hands underneath your lower back and pull down. You'll feel more of a stretch through the shoulders. Good. A couple of breaths here. Keep tucking that chin to the chest. Release those hands. Slowly roll back down. Nice and slow. Once that lower back gets to the floor, windshield washer out. Come on back to the center. Let's pull both knees into our chest. Hug them in there. All the way in. Pull them in. Let's take those arms out to our side. Make a T with your arms. We're going to drop both knees to the right and then look over the left shoulder, taking a nice spinal twist. Feel that spine start to release. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling and pull the shoulder blades underneath of you. Always an option here to extend that top leg. Get just a little bit deeper into that IT band and that outer hip. You'll also feel this a little bit more in the lower back. Now let's begin to work our way back to the center. Knees come in. We're going to drop to the left side this time. Look over the right shoulder. Same thing here. Pull those shoulder blades underneath of you. Keep twisting. See if you can get those legs all the way down to the floor. Maybe we take that top leg and straighten it out, flexing the foot. Feeling that a little bit more in that hip flexor area, or IT band. And let's slowly make our way back to the center. Good. Go ahead and windshield washer one more time. Good. We're going to do one more quick hamstring stretch. So we're going to straighten out that left leg, flex the foot. Right knee pulls into your chest. Pull it in as far as you can, keeping the foot flexed. Now let's extend that leg up. Reach behind the leg, calf behind your knee, and go ahead and start to pull in. Feeling that nice stretch right in that hamstring area. Nice steady breaths again. Let's begin to bend that knee, take that leg down. We're going to switch. Left knee comes into the chest. Make sure that right foot stays flexed, left foot stays flexed. Pull in. Go ahead and extend that leg up. Reach behind that knee or behind the leg. Pull in. You want to feel a nice, comfortable stretch. You don't want it to hurt. Continual practice of this stretch, you'll get deeper and deeper every time you do it. Lengthening those hamstring muscles, stretching everything out. Let's bend that knee. We're going to bring both knees into our chest, hug them in there. Roll yourself up into a little ball. So I want you to pull your forehead towards your knees, flex your feet, and I want you to squeeze every muscle that you have, including your face. Good. Squeeze really, really tight. Think of yourself as a tiny little ball. Keep squeezing. Good. Exhale, we're going to release. We're going to take those legs out on the mat. Straighten them out. Let the feet just kind of splay apart. We're going to take one hand, place it on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Let's take a deep inhale through our nose. Hold that breath. Open your mouth, let it go. And again, deep inhale through your nose, holding the breath. Open up and let it go. Feel the chest and the belly deflate. Now find a comfortable position for your hands or your arms, maybe at your side, palms up or palms down. I want you to continue to keep your eyes closed and start to relax every muscle in your body. Start with your face and your jaw, then go down to the shoulders and the back. Now work your way down to the hips and the legs. Think of all your muscles as becoming very heavy, melting right into your mat. Now just take these last few moments just for yourself. Now's a good time to set an intention for the rest of your day or the rest of your evening, whatever time of day you're practicing your yoga. Set an intention of something that is important to you, something that you want to work on or achieve. Maybe just listen to the silence of the room, listening to your own breath. Slowly begin to introduce tiny movements. Maybe just wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing a little bit of awareness back to your body. Then we're going to take those arms, reach them over the head, bring the feet together. Point the toes and reach those arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Good. Take maybe a deeper breath here. Open up, let it go. And let's begin to pull both knees into our chest, hug them in there, flex the feet. Now let's cross the ankles and roll up to a seated position. So roll yourself up. Find a comfortable seated position for you. Maybe you're more comfortable with your legs out in front. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to start by taking the right ear to the right shoulder. Working, stretching through that neck and down into the shoulder. Now take a half circle in the front. Drop that chin down and around. Now take the left ear to the left shoulder. Half circle in the front, dropping it down and around. Now you can take that neck all the way backwards, or the head all the way backwards. Just be very mindful of when we go backwards with that neck. If you have neck issues, you probably do not want to do this backwards. Stay with it in the front. But come on, back center. Let's bring those shoulders up close to our ears. Squeeze. And I want you to just press them down. Keep pressing. And one more time. Up and squeeze. Exhale down and press. Good. Let's sit up nice and tall. Close our eyes again. I want to take a deep inhale through your nose. We're going to hold the breath. Open your mouth, let it out. Make sure we're pressing all of the air out. And again, in through the nose, holding the breath. Open up and let it go. Now let's bring those hands to our heart center, chin to our chest. Take a moment here to reflect back on that practice. Thank yourself for making time for yourself by coming to your mat and working on your body, your mind, and your spirit. Thank yourself for doing something good for yourself today and taking care of you. Let's bring those knuckles up to our third eye center, and we close this practice by saying namaste, meaning my soul honors your soul. Namaste.